So you want to join the Navy. You have already talked to your recruiter, already taken your ASVAB, already depped in and everything. You got your ship date ready. So you're good to go. So now you're probably wondering, what do I bring to Navy boot camp? Well, I got you. Got you. So I made a list of things that will kind of help you along your way in your Navy career, and hopefully you'll be on the other side and get to wear that Navy blue. The first thing I would say is, what do I pack? Important documents. If you have kids, if you're married, or anything like that, birth certificates, your recruiter probably told you you don't need it. You do. You do. There's going to be a day that you actually go and handle all that stuff with administration, and you don't want to have to keep going because it's a pretty far walk from wherever you end up staying, whatever your ship is. So just make sure you have it the first time. Important documents, like I said, would be, I didn't have a driver's license, but like I said, birth certificate, social, security card. If you have kids, their birth certificate, their social. If you can have the originals, have the originals. If not, make sure you have certified copies that are clear to see. Because if they can't see it, then you're going to be calling to get that information, and it's more of a hassle than you want. What else? Hair products. If you like your own hair products, then you want to bring your own. Don't bring, stuff that can't make it onto the plane because you're just wasting your money. But your own brush, definitely bring your own brush, your own comb. They have gel, they have combs and brushes there too, but they have gels and stuff like that. But if you're like me and you have curly hair, they only have Cantu stuff, and that's not the greatest thing for my hair. But the climate's kind of dry for me, so it helped me having my own stuff. What else to pack? I would say that would be it. You honestly don't have to pack anything if you don't want to, because you'll get an opportunity to purchase any and everything that you need. Feminine hygiene products, everything. And everyone is going to buy the same, different things. So whatever you use, somebody's going to have it. So don't even worry about it. But shampoos, soaps, all of those things. Unless you want something extremely specific, don't worry about it, because you're not going to have that much room. You're going to have like a drawer about that big to fit all of the stuff. And as you start getting more things, then you're going to start running out of space, and you don't want that. Phone cards, everything. They sell them there, but if you want to come with your own, that's fine. Stamps, same thing. You can buy all of it there at the next. You'll get a little card, little gift card. It's your money, but they're going to give it to you. It's kind of like an advancement in your pay, just so that you can get the essentials. I did not come with a watch. Some people did. I ended up buying one, but they sell those as well. So that would be the first thing on what to pack. When you do get there, the first week is going to be called P days. It's processing days. That's going to be the week where you handle all of your administration stuff, medical, dental, all of that. They're going to go run the whole thing on you, make sure you're still good to go. And you're going to have this thing called Moment of Truth. I'm sure your recruiter has told you about Moment of Truth, so I won't go into detail about that one. Just listen. Just listen. A lot of people went to Moment of Truth and they remembered stuff that they forgot the first time. Never saw them again. Never. So their job is to scare you into trying to think of stuff that you forgot. Then, hey, if you have a guilty conscience, if you know you left off stuff, hey. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. I would say ask smart questions when you do get there. No one likes a dumb question, and there are a lot of people that are going to ask really, 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 really dumb questions. And half of that time is because they weren't listening. So listen and don't ask dumb questions. If you can figure out the answer by reading or paying attention, then do so. If it's something that's a legitimate question, good to go. Otherwise, no. Heck no. Teamwork. Boot camp, RTC, Great Lakes is about teamwork. Teamwork. You're not gonna like the person. You don't care. They don't care. It's all about getting the job done, getting the mission accomplished. So get it done and work as a team, because if they fail, you fail. You don't look any better than the next person because you did it right. You actually look worse because you didn't care enough about your shipmate to make sure that they were good to go as well. You're only as strong as the weakest member on your team or in your division. Attention to detail. 3 words you will hear from day 1 till the day you leave the Navy, should you retire or quit or whatever route you end up taking. Attention to detail will save you in every situation. When it comes time to folding, attention to detail. The smallest minute thing that to you in the civilian world might not matter will be the one thing that could kill somebody in the Navy and in boot camp. Not actually kill someone in boot camp, but will get you in a lot of trouble for no reason when you could just pay attention. They give you everything that you need to know to survive. Everything. They pretty much baby step you to graduation. So pay attention. They have already gone through the same things that you're getting ready to go through or going through, and they made it on this side. So I'm pretty sure they know more than you do. Just understand that, accept that, be humble about it, and you'll be good to go. Don't get an attitude. Very good. Do not get an attitude with anything, because guess who loses? You do. You look stupid, and first impressions are everything. You don't want to start your career off with people saying, oh, it's going to be trouble, because you more than likely won't make it out. And everybody goes to boot camp to make it out. All right. Studying. When you will have your first test will be your depth test. So that little start guide that they gave you when you depth in, study it. Like, take it with you to boot camp. I should have taken it with me to boot camp, but I ended up not needing it because of the rank that I came in. However, if you are like E1, E2, if you want to rank up, that's a quick way to start your process, because you're going to get a test and it's going to be over rank recognition, all that great stuff. Everything that's in the start guide, actually study. Like I said, take it with you to boot camp, study it there. It will help you out. You're going to get other books to study from as well, but the test is over that book itself. And it's like within the first week of being there. Actually, a lot of people are just going to try to go to boot camp and do the bare minimum, but you don't want to be that person. You're going to get as much as you put into it. If you want a little, you're going to get a little. And you might end up leaving saying boot camp was terrible. Everybody's experience is going to be different. I actually tried, and it ended up working out in my favor. But stay motivated in everything. Times are going to get hard. You're going to be ready to quit. You're going to be thinking that quitting is the best option for you, but it's not. Because the fastest way to get out of boot camp is to graduate on time. That is the fastest way. And be loud. Not disrespectful, but be loud. If they're talking to you, make sure you got your voice together. You don't want to sound timid, because no one wants a timid recruit. No one wants a timid sailor. When it comes to saving my life, I don't want someone that's scared to go through that fire to save me. Listen, Linda, listen. Don't speak unless they speak to you. Obviously, you're going to say, good morning, petty officer. Good morning, chief select. Good morning, chief. Good morning, sir. Good morning, senior chief. Good morning, master chief. Whoever you're speaking to. But don't just walk up to them and think they're your friends, because they're not. They're here to teach you how to be basically trained as a sailor. They're not your friend. So don't just walk up to them like they're your friend and just start talking to them. No, don't do it. When they give an instruction, shut up and listen. Like I said before, you'll save yourself a world of trouble just by doing that in itself. I already went over P days. P days are gonna suck. They just are. But the food's good. P days are gonna suck. You're gonna be up when you first get there. You're gonna be up for a long time. I got there on a Monday evening. I didn't go to sleep till Tuesday night. Yes, Tuesday night. So when you're on the plane over there, when you're on the bus, when you're getting ready to ship off, get as much sleep as you can. Get as much sleep as you can, because you do not want to go to sleep. Take that with you all of boot camp. During classes and all that stuff, do not fall asleep. Don't. I've seen people get sent out of classes that they needed. That you only get like one or two. Well, you only get one real opportunity to go to it. And if you mess up that one opportunity, you're putting yourself at risk of being ASMO'd. And ASMO'd means you're being set back for however long it ends up being. The swimming. There's 3 parts of the test. There's the initial part where you jump off the diving board, the platform. It's really not as bad as people probably made it seem. All you have to do, look at the big flag, and then jump, and then swim, and you'll be good to go on that. Then the prone float. If you don't know how to swim, learn. Don't wait to boot camp to try to learn how to swim. They will teach you. They're very good at it. But don't wait. I personally I'm definitely a swimmer now. I was a swimmer before, but the prone float got me the first 2 times. So if you don't pass it the first time with your division, you will have to go back every day. Every day until you pass. And if you don't pass, if you get to the point where you have to keep going and keep going and keep going, you put yourself at risk of missing mandatory events. And another way you can get ASMO'd, which you don't want to do. So if you are in an area where you can learn how to swim, learn how to do a prone float for 5 minutes, then you're good to go. And then there's another part about using your flotation device, your coveralls, but you're good. The main 2 issues are jumping off that platform and swimming the length of the pool, and then the actual prone float. A lot of people got ASMO'd or sent to a thing called FIT, where you don't really have a graduation date. All you do is swim. But don't let it scare you. Like, you have to approach your fears and then run them over. Especially with the prone float, a lot of people struggle with that. So I just want to tell you myself, like, you got it. You got it. The water's not going nowhere. You're not going to die. You're not going to drown. Don't look at the wall. Just go until they say time. And when you're tired, you're not. You can keep going. I promise you that. You can keep going. Boot camp is about pushing your limits and pushing them and pushing them and pushing them and not saying no. My hairstyles. If you know how to braid, great. You can do like little 2 asymmetrical braids that way. You can't just do 1 braid. No. It's cute on the outside, but you can't do it in the military. If you have 1 braid, you have 2. If you have 2 twists, if you have 1 twist, you have 2. And it's going to be your standard typical bun. They sell them at the store. It's called The Next. They sell them there. But you can be smart and make one at home. Save yourself a little bit of change. But again, if you don't know how, it's no biggie. You can YouTube it. But if you don't know how to, then don't worry about it. They sell them already pre-made there. You're going to need gel because you want it slicked back. Don't look at this. I'm on Liberty right now. I'm good to go. However, you do want to keep your hair on point within regulations. You can do straight back braids if you wear a weave, as long as it's not going past the collar of your uniform. You can wear those as well. Sew-ins, all of that good stuff. Protective hairstyles is fine. But also remember, if you don't know how to swim, then again, you're going to be going every day. So you just want to keep that in mind when it comes to what type of hairstyle you want to wear for boot camp. And if it starts to look bad, you're going to have to take it down. I had someone have to take her hair down a week into boot camp. For one, she didn't come with her hair fresh. So it started looking pretty bad. So she had to take it down. But yeah, just, it's not something you need to stress about, but you also need to be able to do it in like 5 minutes or less. If you can't do it in that time, I did. I would have to do my hair at night in the head. And then go to bed. That way in the morning, that was one less thing I had to worry about. Because you're only going to get 15 minutes to get dressed, to wake up, to make your rack, and be standing on the toe line in 15 minutes. You don't want to use all 15 minutes to do your hair. You're not going to be able to. Just trust me on that one. Also, a little secret, don't use your sheets. Sleep on the top of them. You don't need sheets. Why? That takes away time. Use that 15 minutes for stuff you actually need. Make the sheets tight. Work on your 45s that you just slept on top of. But making your rack every morning for 15 minutes, you're not going to make it. Just trust me. That one was for free. When you get there, depending on what week you get there, what they're screening for, they're going to ask you if you know how to sing, band, any of those things. If you do, and that's something you want to do, feel free to go ahead and join those things. They're going to either put like an X or a 9 or something like that on there. I actually did that. I told them I could sing. So I got put into a 900 division. It's a performance division. The downside to that is when I got there, I didn't know. I found out later on that they were actually the divisions that I could have been had I not was a push division, which means they only had to go through 7 weeks of boot camp. And because I was 900 division, I ended up doing the full 8, which it worked for me in the end. I feel like it was something that I needed and that it helped me. I met some really amazing people that I don't feel like I would have met at any other point in my Navy career. A lot of them are family now. So shout out to 941. I told you I was going to do a shout out for y'all. So 941 is the best. Trust me, it is. It was triple threat, which means we did band, drill team, and rifle. But like I said, 7 weeks, 8 weeks, depends on you. Don't think that, hey, I want to get out of boot camp early, because a lot of their stuff was crammed in more. So you only had 7 weeks and you still had to do the same amount of work in just a short amount of time. But even with 900 division, we still had to do the same amount of tests, everything else that was required. But on top of that, we also had to do things for our specialty, which, like I said, choir. You had to learn all the songs and know your stuff for graduation or for review. But I encourage you, if you know how to do it, do it. That's a different type of experience of RTC that a lot of people want to get. And like I said, I'm happy I did it. Even if it made me stay another week, it was worth it to me. Jobs. You're going to get an opportunity to sign up for jobs there. If you don't like leadership, if you know you're not a leader, if you know, in a nice way, if you know power goes to your head easily, don't do it. Just don't. But if you are a leader and you're really proactive about your Navy career, if you want to make something out of it, then there are going to be plenty of opportunities for you to do that. But just know that comes with an additional type of responsibility that if you're not mature enough, it will show, and you'll end up looking worse than if you don't say anything. But like I said, I was the master at arms for my division, and it worked for me. My roomie was the yeoman for her division, and it worked for her. But if it doesn't work for you, I know some people that made it through boot camp and the RDCs didn't know their name. That's what I wanted to do going in, but it turned out differently. Which, again, I have zero regrets from boot camp at all. At all. Get sleep. They're going to tell you when to sleep. They're going to tell you when to wake up. When they tell you to sleep, get some sleep. Because there's going to be weeks where you wish that you would have gotten that sleep. So don't waste around, don't play around with that. Like, actually get some sleep. It will affect how you train. And again, you don't want to do anything that will get you in the way of getting asthma. That's the big cuss word at boot camp. No one likes to get asthma. Study while you can, study when you can, study as often as you can. If you're lucky enough to get study time, don't waste it. When you're in line in the galley waiting to eat, actually study. Don't just look at the window. Definitely don't talk. Don't talk. Just don't. Yeah. Study, study, study. Because those tests, especially towards the end, they start coming quickly, and you have less time to get more information down, and that pressure is going to be on for you to get the job done. So, use it. Study your trainee guide. Study your Blue Jackets manual. Your Blue Jackets manual, you're going to be able to study at night. If you're able to study at night, that's when you can study your Blue Jackets manual. But for the most part, you're going to be walking around with your trainee guide and actually study. I don't know how many times I can say that, but actually study. Actually study. That brings me into your test. Outside of the depth test, then you're going to have, outside your depth test and your swim test, and your PFAs, you're going to have 3 other tests. It's going to be over that information in both books. Pass the test the first time. Should you fail it, you're going to have another opportunity within 48 hours to take it again. If you fail it the second time, you will get asthma. 2 weeks back, or however long it is for that one. So don't do it. Just don't be on the outside or on the end of it and say, man, I should have studied more. Study. Like, it's easy. You're there to do a job. Your job, they're going to pay you to study. They're going to pay you to get in shape. So do it. You're going to make friends. You're going to make family and all that. But actually do what you came there for. And when times get rough, remember why you came. When you think that being on the outside is better, having random friends, doing whatever you want to is better, it's not. I promise you, it's not. There's so many opportunities waiting for you on the other side. If you could just get there. Just get there. Take everything one day at a time. When you mess up, hey, just suck it up. Just suck it up. Inhale, exhale. Keep going about your day. Don't let that stuff eat you, because then it'll affect something else, and it's a domino effect. Don't do that. And don't quit. Don't quit. I'll say again, the fastest way to get out is to graduate. That is the absolute fastest way. You might say, I'm going to say this is wrong with me or that is wrong with me so I can go home. We had people in our division, they quit and I'm out. You see, I got my Navy on. They don't. They're still waiting for those papers to get through, because guess what? You go from having a set schedule and people knowing when you leave to, I'll get to you when I can, or when the money is there to send you home. So, yeah. Don't do it. Don't go to separations. If you can avoid it all. Don't believe everything your recruiter told you. Don't. My recruiter was pretty straightforward. Everything that he said to me kind of lined up with what was going to happen. But I know a lot of people, they told them that they're going to be going to school here for X amount of days, and it was wrong. I had a CB. She went in undesignated. She thought she was going to have a couple months before she had to hit the fleet. Comes find out, she only had 10 days from the day she graduated boot camp. And it could change depending on what Big Navy says. So don't believe that. And one of the more annoying things is to tell the RDC what your recruiter told you. 2 different entities. The recruiter's job was to get you into the Navy. And that's where his job ended. His or her job ended. From that point on, your RDCs are going to tell you which way to go. And then when you get to A school, it could change from there. So just be flexible and don't go in thinking you know it all, because I guarantee you don't. There's forever more for you to learn in everything. And no one likes to know it all. Just, no. Shut up, listen, be humble. And then when they tell you to do stuff, do it right the first time. Apply it the first time. Get in shape. Get in shape. Yeah, you're going to PT. Yeah, you're going to run. You're going to do all that great stuff. But you make your life a lot harder if you're not in shape. Don't waste away. Like, if you've already signed up, you already have a ship date and all that, you need to be working out now. PFA is 1.5 miles. Push-ups, sit-ups, depending on your requirement. But don't, I'm just going to do the bare minimum, because you're going to be at the end of boot camp when they start giving out awards and stuff, and you're like, dang, how do I get those? That PFA and those tests. If you play games on those, don't look to getting awards and stuff at the end, because you didn't do it. You didn't deserve it. You didn't work for it, so don't ask about it. And that's real. That's real. So do the best that you can to get in shape. They'll, help you get in shape. But even if you're not in the greatest of shape, don't just be pigging out and say, oh, I'll wait to get in shape when I get in boot camp, because you're setting yourself up for the fail. Military bearing. Military bearing is basically not losing it when something goes wrong, or when they're talking to you, or when they're yelling at you, or when you're getting beat or anything like that. You're not going to look at them, ever. When you're at attention, you're 1,000-yard stare, straight ahead. You're not looking at them, even if they're staring you dead in your face, looking you dead in your eyes, you're not looking at them. Keep your military bearing. Stop being professional. You're there to do a job, so get the job done. Like, the fastest way out is graduation. Make sure you know your rank and recognition. Know who you're talking to. Pay attention to that. I can't say khaki pants equals a chief, because you'll have officers, you'll have senior chiefs, master chiefs. They're all going to have on those same khaki pants. So if you go strictly off of old khaki pants, then you could mess yourself up. Pay attention to those collar devices. You'll learn all that when you get there, or you should be learning it now in your DEP program. Or if you're talking to petty officers, or if you're talking to chief selects. Yeah, it'll still be chief selects by the time, depending on when you go. Know your audience. Know your audience. Know your audience. Don't think that any conversation that you're having there is private, because it's not. It's just not. You can get yourself in a world of trouble thinking that you're having a private conversation, and someone overhears it. They go to petty officers or go to your RDCs, and you're gonna mess yourself up. Mess yourself up. Just because you're not talking to them does not mean that they can't be offended by whatever you're saying. So just be careful with that. And it will be those ones that probably don't say a word to you about it that will go ahead and tell someone else about it. And expect to get beat for your mistakes. By beat, not actually getting beat, but PT, getting IT, intense training, exercises. Expect it. It's going to happen. Expect to get beat for your shipmates' mistakes. So that goes into make sure you take care of your shipmate. If they're wrong, in a respectful manner, in a professional manner, correct them. Because you're both going to end up getting in trouble for it, or the whole division is going to end up for it. If you're religious, or if you want to try out religions, they have church services up there on Sundays when you're at the point where you get holiday routine, so that you can still practice your faith, should you choose to. Letters, you'll be writing letters home every Sunday. So I don't know what to say about that, but you'll still get to write. Obviously, you should know no internet. You won't get any internet or anything like that. You're going to either march or everywhere you go. And that's cool, because you have to get in shape. I don't care how good a shape you're in, you can still always get in better shape. Anything else? I can't think of anything else that you might need to know that should be the basics to get you through boot camp. Like I said, easiest way is to get through it. Everything has to come to an end, no matter what it is. So if you just keep that in mind, then you'll be on the other side and you'll look back and say, hey, it was worth it. Promise you it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. Now I'm in A school. A school is way more relaxed than boot camp. But you can't get here if you don't make it through there. And a lot of the things you take it with you on the other side. There are going to be people that don't know as much as you, so don't catch attitudes with them, because again, protect your shipmates, cover your shipmates, help your shipmates. Big Money, can you think of anything else? My hair looks like crap. Then that covers it, huh? That's about it. Good luck. Don't quit. Booyah. All I got.